doing Parshat Noach Shvi'i. Vayhi kol haaretz safa echas, and the whole land was one language, udvarim achadim, and unified words. Vayhi benasam mikedem, and when they traveled from the east, vayimtzu bika be'eretz Shinar, and they found a valley in the land of Shinar, which we know is also Babel. Vayishvu sham, and they settled there. Vayomru ish el re'ehu, and each person said to his friend, Havanel ben Alavinim. You're going to notice like a little bit of a parallel between this and in Parshat Shmos when, we'll get to that. Havanel ben Alavinim, let's make bricks. V'nisr falasrefa, we'll burn them in a kiln, make them hard. Vati lahem halaveina le'even, and these bricks will turn into stone. We'll make them for use to build. V'hachem harayalhem lachomer, and the tar could be used as like pitch. They can make it like plaster. They can make it for building. And they said, Hava nivna lanu ir, again, that word Hava, come, let's build us a city, umigdal, and a tower, rosho b'shamayim, and the head will be in the heavens, v'na'aseh lanu shem, we'll make ourselves a name, pen nafutz al pnei kol haaretz, lest we scatter across the whole land. So this is like the precursor to like the League of Nations, the United Nations, and it was almost as successful. It was equally disastrous. Vayered Hashem le'ros es ha'ir, and God goes down to see the city, v'es hamigdal, and the tower, asher banu b'nei ha'adam, and that they had built, that the humans had built. Vayomer Hashem, and God said, Hein am echad v'safa achat l'kulam. There had been one language, one nation for everybody. V'zeh hechilam lasot. That word hechel, again, this is what they've begun to do, waited to do, profane themselves to do. V'ata, and now lo yibatzer mehem kol asher yazemu la'asos. Should we even hold back from them everything that they schemed that they wanted to do? They wanted to be unified. Havanir da, let's go down. V'navla sham sfasam, and we're going to confuse all their languages. Asher lo yishmu ish sfas re'ehu, and that each person is not going to be able to hear, meaning understand, the language of his friend. Vayafetz Hashem osam misham, and Hashem caused them to scatter from there, al pnei kol haaretz, on the face of the whole earth. Vayachtulu livnot ha'ir, and they stopped being able to build the city. Al Kain, therefore, Karashma Babel, they called the name of this place Babel, Kisham Balal Hashem Sfas Kol Haaretz, because there Hashem had confused and messed up all of the languages of the land. Umisham Hefitzam Hashem Al Pnei Kol Haaretz, and from there God scattered them over the face of the earth. Ela told of Shem, this is the Chronicles of Shem. Shem ben Ma'at Shana, Shem was 100 years old. Vayolod et Arpachshad, he fathered Arpachshad, Shnatayim, Acharei Hamabel, 2 years after the flood. And so we're going to get more lineage here now. And Shem lived 500 years after fathering Arpachshad, and he had sons and daughters. This is the formula. Arpachshad lived 35 years, and he fathered Shalach. And then he lived 403 years. After that, and he had sons and daughters. V'Shalach chai 30 shana, v'lenes Ever. And Shalach lived 30 years, and he fathered Ever. V'yichi Shalach achar hilidos Ever, 3 shana v'arba me'ot shana. Also lived 403 years. Vayoled ben Banos, and he had sons and daughters. Vayichi Ever arba u'shloshim shana. Ever lives 43 years. Vayoled es Palag. So we have that name again, like Dor Haslaga. And he fathered Peleg. Vayichi Ever acharei holido et Peleg 30 shana v'arba me'ot shana. He lived 430 years then. Vayoled ben Banos, and he had sons and daughters. Vayichi Peleg 30 shana. He lived 30 years. Vayoled et Reu. He fathered Reu. Vayichi Peleg acharei holidos Reu 9 shanim 200 shana vayoled ben Banos. He lived 209 years after he became a father, and then had sons and daughters. Vayichi Reu 2 shana. He lived 32 years. Vayoled es Serug. He fathered Serug. Vayichi Reu acharei holidos Serug 7 shanim 200 shana. 207 years. Vayoled ben Banos, and he fathered sons and daughters. Vayichi Serug 30 shana, 30 years. Vayoled et Nachor. Okay, now we're getting familiar. So he fathered Nachor. Vayichi Serug acharei holidos Nachor 200 shana. He lived 200 more years. Vayoled ben Banos, he had sons and daughters. Vayichi Nachor lived 9 shana, also around 29 years old. Vayoled es Terach, right? So he fathered Terach. Vayichi Nachor acharei holido Terach. After that, he lived 19 shana u'ma'at shana, 119 years. Vayoled ben Banos, he had sons and daughters. Vayichi Terach 70 shana. He lived 70 years. So notice everybody else in that paragraph is more like 30 in the 30 to 40 range. He's 70. Vayoled et Avram, and he fathered Avram at Nachor v'at Haran. Right. So this family we know. Ve'ela toldos Terach, and these are the sons chronicles of Terach. Terach holid es Avram. He was the father of Avram. That's Nachor v'es Haran. V'Haran holid es Lot, and Haran fathered Lot. Vayamat Haran al pnei Terach aviv, and Haran died in the presence of his father Terach be'eretz moladato, in the land that he was born, Borakastim. Vayikach Avram v'Nachor lahem nashim. Avram and Nachor got married. Shema Eshes Avram Sarai. Avram's wife was Sarai, V'shem Eshes Nachor Milcah, and Nachor's wife was Milcah, Bas Haran, the daughter of Haran, so he marries niece, Avi Milcah, V'Avi Yiscah, the father of Milcah and Yiscah. And Vati Sarah Akara. Sarai was a barren, she was childless, in Lavlad, she didn't have a child. Vayikach Terach as Avram beno. And Terach takes his son Avram, Ves Lot ben Haran ben Beno, and Lot the son of Haran, his grandson, Ves Sarai Kalato, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, Eshes Avram, the wife of Avram Beno, his son. Vaitu Itami or Kastim, he took them out of Ur Kastim, Alecha Arta Canaan, so they were heading towards the land of Canaan. Vayavoed Haran, and they came to Haran, Vayishvu Sham, and they settled there. You make Terach, and the days of Terach were Chamesh Shanim Umatayim Shana, 205 years. Vayamas Terach b'Haran, and Terach died in Haran.